Okay, here we go. It's Tuesday evening, the Core and Stretch Yoga class. It is today is the 19th of January, 19th of January. So we're going to start in a seated position, shoulders back, chest lifted, the neck and throat free and relaxed. Okay? Close your eyes for a moment and breathe naturally. Simply feel the breath moving in and out. And just notice where you are breathing. Are you breathing in your chest, in your tummy? Are you breathing in both? Do you feel any tension? Okay, open your eyes now and take a deep, slow breath in into the chest and tummy. Feel like the back is expanding, the ribs are expanding. And as you breathe out, I just want you to pull the belly button in towards the low back without moving the chest or the back. So you take a deep breath in, everything expands. And then as you breathe out, gently pull the belly button in towards the low back. And again, you breathe in, expanding, lifting and opening everything in the upper body. And you breathe out, you pull the belly button in towards the low back. Let's do that 2 more times. Breathing in, expanding. And as you breathe out, you pull the belly button in towards the low back. Very good. Okay.
Lordy Lord.
Hi, Richard. You made it.
Oh, God. It is sometimes so weird to do it, but got to go through 3 different emails. I have to take it off WhatsApp and send it through the. Anyhow,
I'm sorry.
sorry to be late.
That's okay. We'll see if we can do it another way next round, okay? We're just sitting, doing a couple of breaths, some breath work, and I want to now work on the bandhas. So lifting the chest, lifting the chin. By the way, Richard, glad you made it in. Good to see you. Chest, chin lifted. As you breathe in, let everything expand. And as you breathe out, pull the belly button in and now hold it without breathing in again. So hold the belly button in. 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to breathe in again, expand the chest, the back, the ribs. And as you breathe out, pull the belly button in towards the low back and hold it in. 3, 2, 1. And we'll do that one more time. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out, pull the belly button in towards the low back and hold it in nice and tight. 3, 2, 1. And now breathe normally. Okay. That is the first abdominal contraction. That is the Uddiyana Bandha. Now we will practice it with Mula Bandha, the 2 together. So as you breathe in, you let everything expand. And as you breathe out, you'll pull the belly button inwards and pull the perineum upwards. So we've been talking about this the past couple of weeks, and I'll just repeat. When you contract the perineum, you want to feel like you're making a mountain inside your body, that it's rising up to a point towards the belly button, okay? That is the perineal lock, also called Mula Bandha, Moola. So let's do this. You take a deep, expansive breath in. And then as you breathe out, pull the belly button into the low back and pull the perineum up towards the belly button. So everything, lower abdomen contracts to a single point. Hold it 3, 2, 1. Good. Breathe in, expand, and you breathe out. You pull the belly button in, perineum goes up, and you hold 3, 2, 1. You breathe in, you expand, and we'll do it one last time. Breathe out, belly button goes in, perineum moves up, and we hold everything tight. 3, 2, 1. Release and breathe normally and naturally. After having activated these muscles are stimulated in a way that you can naturally gently contract them as we do our postures. So that's what we want to have now, is a gentle contraction of the belly and the perineum, holding the lower abdomen, which will support the low back. Okay? Let's get onto our hands and knees now. So the hands are underneath the shoulders. The knees are underneath the hips. Fingers are spread nicely wide. Arms are straight. Shoulders are wide as well. So you have that slight contraction through the belly, and you have the lift of the perineum. Take a deep breath in, and let's curl the spine, look skyward. And we'll breathe out, round the spine, look to the belly. Breathe in. Even as you breathe in, the belly is slightly contracted. And we breathe out, we round. One more time. Let's breathe in, looking skyward, belly slightly contracted, and breathe out. We'll round, looking to the belly button. Come back to a flat back. Keep the arms strong and bring your knees together. We'll raise the right knee up to the elbow. Let's draw a circle and go around. The knee comes towards the floor. And again, lift, circle, and around. With the head, you want to look in front of the hands at the floor. Lift, circle, and around. We'll do the same thing opposite direction. Lift behind you, circle, forward, and down. And again, lifting behind, circling, down. Once more. Lifting, circling, and down. Keep the knees together, and we'll do the left leg. Bring it up to the elbow, around and down. Keep your head lifted. This helps to prevent that forward head position. This is what we don't want. We want the head lifted, neck is strong. Let's change the direction. Up, forward, and around. 3 times. Once more. Knee comes down. Open your knees as wide as your mat and sink down into a child's pose. Reaching your arms out in front of you, lower the forehead onto the floor. And you should feel a stretching and an opening of the low back as well as the hips. If your head doesn't get on the floor, you can bring your hands underneath, or you can simply bring your elbows down and just rest the neck. Take a few deep, slow breaths here. Then looking forward, palms are down, lift up onto your knees, tucking your toes, we take downward facing dog pose. From here, we'll bend the right knee, pressing the left heel down, and change left knee and change right knee. You want to work the legs out. You want to get the hips moving. And all of these movements help to quote unquote oil the joints. It's important simply to move. Moving the joints in different directions helps to get them oiled, helps to keep them hydrated, and that makes healthy joints. Straighten both legs, and we'll move into a plank position. Shoulders come forward over the hands. You lift the head in plank position and push back to down dog. Do that again. Breathing in, move into a plank position. Everything's strong, head lifted, and push back, down dog. Once more, let's move into a plank position. Everything's strong. Lower the knees, lower your chest down between your hands. Pointing your toes, lengthen your legs as much as possible behind you. You can lift your feet and just walk your feet back towards the back of the mat. We'll take our hands off the mat, fingertips down, palms up, elbows point up. Let's take a deep breath in, rise to a little cobra, and breathe out, come down. Do this gently and slowly. And again, we rise, breathing in, and breathing out, and come back down. Once more, rise, breathing in, open the chest, and come back down. Hands under the shoulders. Push up onto the hands and knees. The right hand will go off the mat, left hand on top. Press your hips back. Feel the opening down the left side of the body. And the stretch from the shoulder all the way to the hip. It feels so good. Excellent. Lifting back up, changing sides. Left hand off, right hand on top. Hips go back. Stretching out the right hand side from the shoulder down to the hip. Coming back, reset your hands on the mat, tucking the toes back under. Let's move back to downward facing dog. And again, just pedal your feet. All right, let's look to the hands and begin taking baby steps forward until you reach the front edge of your mat. Once you are there, bend your knees low. Separate your toes. Let's do that. Baby toes out. Fourth, second toe is pointing forward and the big toe goes in a little bit. Let's grab the elbows and sway from side to side. Then let's let the arms drop and roll your right and left shoulders. Turn your head from right to left for a little no, and then up and down a little yes. Then we'll bend our knees down low. Keep the feet grounded. Hands to your hips, elbows up. Let's lift the chin first. The chest follows. Come all the way to a good standing position. Here we want to find that perfect posture. The hips slightly back to retain curve in the low back. The chest lifted. The arms come straight by your sides. Shoulders gently pushing backwards, chin lifting. Now let's bring our hands to our heart center. Take a deep breath in, raise your arms and stretch skyward, lifting through the chest. As you breathe out, let's bend forward, bending at the knees, hands come down to the floor. We're gonna step our right leg back, nice and far. Keep your right hand on the floor. I like to lift up onto the fingertips. This gives me a lot more stretch through the arm and the upper body. Raise your left arm and reach to the sky. Looking down, bring your hands down and step back to the plank position. Lifting the head, lower your knees down, and let's lower the chest down. See if you can touch the chest before the hips touch. Point your toes. Lengthen your legs out, just like we did in the beginning. Walk your feet back. Squeeze the shoulder blades, and now we come up to a classic cobra. Palms are down, open the chest, lift the throat, bring your chest back down, and push back to downward facing dog. Looking to your hands, let's take those small steps forward. So just gently walk yourself forward. At some point, you lift up onto your fingertips to get all the way to the front edge. Bend your knees low. Hands come to your hips. Take a chair position. Raise the arms over the shoulders, reach to the sky, and then come to a standing position. Bring your arms by your sides and refine that perfect posture. So legs are strong, hips are back a bit, shoulders back, lift your chin. Hands to your heart center, and we'll do the other side. Raise the arms up, stretching long, folding forward. We'll send the left leg back this time, far back on the mat. And you'll raise your right arm. Get that stretch, get that length, get the height. Bring your both hands down and step back to the plank position. Head is lifted, belly is in, legs are strong. Lower your knees. See if you can lower your chest before your hips. Pointing the toes, lengthen the legs. Rise to that cobra. Bring your chest back down. Push back, downward facing dog. And again, we take those small steps forward, 1 foot at a time, until we get to the front edge of the mat. Bend your knees low, hands to your hips. Rise up, raise the arms to a chair position, lifting up through the chest. We come to standing, arms by your sides, perfect posture. Hands to your heart center. We'll do 1 more time each side. Good job, everybody. Deep breath in, stretch skyward. Breathing out, fold forward. We go a little bit more smoothly. Step your right leg back. Spin to your left. Hands come down. Plank position. All is strong. Lower the knees, lower the chest. Lengthen your legs. Classic cobra. Chest comes back down before taking down dog. Stepping forward, small steps until you reach the front edge. Bending the knees, hands to the hips, elbows up. Lift your chest and your body to a chair position. Then rise to the perfect posture. Hands to your heart center. Last time, let's go. Deep breath in. Breathing out, let's fold. Good. Step your left leg back. Nice and strong and open. Get expansive. Deep breaths. Hands come down. Plank. Keep your head and chin lifted. Lower the knees. Lower the chest. Point your toes, lengthening. Cobra. Downward facing dog. Small steps forward. Get to the front edge. Bend your knees low, hands to your hips. Take the chair position and come to a standing position. Perfect posture. Hands come to the heart center. Sink back into a little chair. Hips are back. Belly is in. Chin and chest lifted. Raise your right leg. Keep the foot flexed. Draw the shoulders back so you open the chest. And stretch your right leg out in front of you. Hold it. 5. Keep the belly in. 4. This is where we get a lot of heat in the leg. 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee. Now send the leg behind you. And I want you to keep the knee bent first. So you got the knee bent, foot flexed. You're leaning forward. The left leg is bent as well. Push the foot up to the sky as high as possible. Set your gaze at one point. And now open your arms to the sides and stretch the leg straight. That's the back leg. Standing leg still bent. Hold 3, 2, 1. Come back up to standing and refine that perfect posture. Whew. Hands to your heart center. Let's do the other side. Get into that seated position. Hips back, belly in, chest lifting. Lift the left leg. Stay strong. Stretch the leg out in front of you. Hold it here. 5, 4, stick with it. 3, 2, 1. Woo, feel that heat. Bend the knee. Now send it back. Lifting the foot up behind you. Standing leg is bent. Lifted leg behind you is bent as well. We hold for a moment. Pull the throat forward. Pull the heart forward. And let's go into the airplane. Stretch the leg behind you. Arms wide. Lift the leg nicely behind you. Holding. 3. 2. Stick with it. 1. Come up to the standing position. Perfect posture. Hands come to your hips. Bend your right knee. Bring it out to the side. You're either at the ankle. You could have the heel higher than the kneecap or the inner thigh. Lift up through the chest. Keep the hips rooting down. Raise your arms in a V position. Lift the eyes and focus. Focus on that one point. Stay calm. And bring the hands to the hips. And we lower the foot. Good job, everybody. Let's change legs. Ankle, heel higher than the kneecap or inner thigh. Raise the arms, V position. Lift the chest away from the hips. Focusing on that one point. Staying calm, but with concentrated focus. That's what we want. We want calm, but we also want to be alert. That's power. Hands come to your hips and lower the foot. Good job. Come back to the front edge of your mat. Be sure you have a block or a pillow nearby. We're going to work on the floor. Hands to your heart center. Take a deep breath in. Rise up. And as you breathe out, bend your knees and fold yourself forward. Step your feet back to a plank position. Belly is in, chin is lifted. Now, if you find it gets to be too hard, you can lower your knees. This is super good work for the core, the center of the body. So if you're on your knees, that's fine. If you're on your hands, feel like you're pulling your hands towards your feet. Raise your right leg. Bring the leg out to the side. Hold it. You can do this with the left knee on the floor as well. Bring the foot back. Lower it down before you do the left leg. Let's go. Lift the left leg. Belly in. Hold it. Bring it out to the side. 3, 2, 1. Bring it back. Foot comes down. Lower your knees now. Everyone lower down to the floor. Good job. Point your toes. Bring your hands off the floor. Lift the shoulders, chest, and head. And then lift both legs up. Squeeze the shoulder blades here. Draw the throat and ears back. Stay for 3, 2, and 1. Come on back down. Hands under the forehead. And just move your hips from side to side to relax the low back and the hips. Okay. Lift the head and chest once again. Reach your arms behind you, pinky fingers up. We're going to lift the arms high, and we'll lift the legs. Keeping the legs up, I want you to bring the hands and the feet together and apart. Here we go. 5, apart. 4, apart. 3, apart. 2, squeeze nicely, apart. One more time. Come on back down. Hands under the forehead and move the hips from side to side. All right. You're going to roll on the side where you can see me, okay, where your device is. So your lower arm will be under the head and you roll to one side where you can face the device so you can see me. Feet are together, toes pointed. Your upper arm, the hand is in front of you in that spidering position. Roll back a little bit so you're not on the bone, which is the trochanter. You don't want to be on the trochanter. You want to be back a little bit. Raise both legs. Squeeze the legs tight, okay? And we're going to do little kicks. So just like you're swimming on the side. One leg goes forward and back, forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. Good. 4, belly's in. 3, 2, 1. Stop, bring the toes together. And we're going to raise the legs higher for 5 times. So go slowly. Both legs go up, 5, and down. Again, they go up, 4, and down. Super core work. 3, these are the kind of muscles we don't use while we're sitting all day. So let's do it. 2, 1 more. Whew. And bring the leg down. Both legs come down and bend both knees. The feet will go behind you, knees bent. All right? Lower arm is going to come out in front of you. Now, this is some abdominal work that I just love. It's super efficient. Hand comes behind the head to support the neck. The elbow points up for the moment. What we're going to do is stretch the top leg out, and then you'll raise the head and shoulders, and the elbow will go to the knee. Then stretch the leg back out again. Let's do this. 5. Belly goes in. Breathe out as you lift. 4. 3. Good. 2. 1. Stretch the leg out. Now you're going to stretch the lower leg out as well. So we got both legs. Strong, toes pointed, belly in. If you want to check, you just touch your belly here. You're going to feel it's hard as a rock. We're going to do both legs at the same time. If it's too much, just do one. All right? Here we go. Deep breath in. Both legs. 5. Keep everything strong. 4. That's great. Keep going, keep going. 3. Here we go. 2. And 1. So good. Bring the legs down. Bend both knees. Set the hand in front of you and lift from the side. Good. Now, you're going to switch your legs to the opposite side. You just swing them around and go onto the hip. Stretch out this side by leaning over towards your feet. This is called mermaid pose. So you grab your ankles and you'll just stretch to the side. And it should feel pretty good. That's the side we just worked. All right, the side we just contracted. So we're getting it all stretched out. Excellent. Now we'll bring the hand down and you will slide down and we'll work the other side. The arm goes under the head first. The head is on the arm. Stretch both legs, toes pointed, opposite hand in front of you. You're going to roll back a bit so you're not on the bone. You're just behind. Okay? And we'll raise both legs, belly in. We're going to do those little kicks. Let's go. As if we're swimming. We're just swimming on our side. Let go forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. Little kicks. The belly is strong. You've got that Uddiyana Bandha, the belly button going in. See if you can lift the perineum at the same time. 4, 3, 2, 1. Both legs together, big toes touching. Very good. All right, we're going to lift both now. Let's go. Both legs go up 5 times. Keep it strong. 4. 3, 2, 1 more. Whew. Lower the legs. Bravo. Bend both knees. Swing that lower arm in front of you. It's on the floor. The upper arm goes behind the head, elbow pointing up to the sky. We start with one leg, top leg. Deep breath in. Breathe out. Elbow and knee come together. Ready? We'll do it together. If you haven't done it yet, let's go. 5, 4. Good, I can see you, that's good. 3. Excellent. 2, breathe out as you lift. And 1, very, very nice. Now we're gonna do it with both legs. Stretch them out, belly in. Get ready. Both legs, breathing out. 5. If it's too much, do it just with 1. 4. 3. Woo. 2. Good job. Last one. Ay, 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 ay. Okay, bring the legs down. Bend the knees. We lift from the side. Once again, we switch the legs and grab a hold of the ankles, lean to the side, and you've got mermaid's pose. You're just stretching the side that you just worked. Good. Yeah, good. All right. Swing your feet to the side that you want to roll onto your back. Be sure you have a pillow or a block, okay? I want you to place the pillow or the block between your knees. And we're going to make it small this time. Usually we go the halfway wide. I want you to make it small this time. Feet flat, roll onto your back. The block is between the knees. You walk your feet in. We're going to work the inner thighs. The head is relaxing on the floor. You can have your arms by your sides, palms down. Squeeze your shoulder blades, opening the chest. Lift the head. Lift the hips. Head stays down. Lift the hips. And we're squeezing the block. So we're going to do this 5 times. Squeeze the block, release. 5, 4. Notice that your hips will rise as you squeeze the block. 3, 2. Now 1. Keep the block squeezed very, very tightly. The knees draw in towards each other. The feet are close. And we're going to lift higher. Here we go. Lift the hips higher. Squeeze tight with the glutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. See if you can stretch your right leg out, holding the block. Point the toe. Hold it here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the foot back down. Woo! Left leg. Stretch it out. Point the toe. Hold it. Squeeze the block. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the foot back down. Bring the hips back down. Lift your knees. Take the block from between the knees. Place it to the side and gently rock from side to side. Massage your low back. Good job. Okay. Stretch your legs out just a little bit more. We'll do one final bridge. It is the hamstring bridge. Heels go into the floor. The knees are slightly bent. Arms are down, head is down. Squeeze your shoulder blades and lift your hips up. Okay? Now you should feel this contracts the backs of the thighs. To increase it, pull your heels towards your hips. Pull them in towards the hips. To increase it even more, we're going to go a little bit farther tonight. We'll lift our right knee up, and it's only the left leg, and then bring it back down. Now the left knee goes up, back of the right leg working, back down, right leg goes up, back down, keep going everyone, left leg goes up, back down, one more time each side. Hamstrings really need work because we're sitting on them all day. They need to be activated. Bring the foot back down, lower the hips, lift your knees once again, and rock from side to side. Good job. Very nice. Now to really relax the backs of the hamstrings, we're going to get ourselves into happy baby pose, grabbing the ankles or the bottoms of the feet from the inside or from the outside. Bend the knees, and again, you can rock from side to side. One last posture with the bridge postures. Feet comes down, feet are hip width. This is going to be mainly to roll out the back. Arms are down, lift the hips up once again. See if you can get them up nice and high so you get some nice curve in the low back and the glutes are working well. Raise your arms over your head, reach behind you. Lengthen out the arms, lengthen your neck. And one vertebra at a time will bring the back on the floor. It should feel really, really good. Very, very slowly until the hips are all the way down. Keep your arms behind you, soles of the feet together, knees wide, and just allow yourself to integrate the work in the legs, the hips, the glutes, as well as the abdomen. Gently raise your knees back up. And we'll separate our feet as wide as the mat. You should touch the outer edges of your mat. And let your knees fall to your right. Keep the shoulders down and reach your left arm farther behind you. Raise your left knee first, right knee follows. And let your knees fall to your left, reaching your right arm far behind. Right knee rises, left knee follows. Once again, bring the knees towards the chest and just squeeze them tightly against the chest. This should feel quite good in the low back, especially after all that glute and low back work. Lift your head, nose between the knees. Lower the head down. Stretch your left leg onto the floor, keeping your right leg against the chest. And let's do a big circle with the right foot, releasing any tension in the ankle and the foot. Change the direction of the circle. That's right. Now, flex your foot, grab behind the thigh, and you're going to lift your foot up, but the knee won't go completely straight. It's still going to be bent. What we want to do is pull against the thighs if we're moving it into the floor. So we pull down. This will create curve in the low back. We want that curve, okay? We don't want to press the low back into the floor. Look for the curve in your low back. Pull the leg down. And then gently begin stretching your leg as straight as possible. If you can get it straight, great. But we don't want to pull our leg towards us because we'll lose curve in the low back. So let's keep the curve, leg straightens, and we take deep, slow breaths here. The foot is flexed, so we get that stretch into the calf as well. Then we'll bend the right knee. The right foot goes close to the neck, the left thigh, the inner left thigh. And we let the knee fall over to our left. Stretch the right arm out to the side for a spinal twist, looking towards the right hand. Shoulders stay down. We get that openness through the front of the arm, front of the shoulder, as well as the chest. And a lovely little twist of the low back, stretching the outside of the leg all the way down to the knee. Roll back slowly. Squeeze the knee nicely to the chest. You're going to take your right ankle with your left hand and gently pull the ankle towards the chest. Your right knee will go out to the side. And this is a stretch of the piriformis muscle deep in the glute. Pull the leg towards you as far as possible. Deep breathing. The more deeply you breathe, the better the stretches help to integrate themselves into your muscles. And we'll release. Bring the nose up to the knee. See if you can touch the nose to the knee. And then releasing, stretch the right leg onto the floor. And we'll take the left leg now. Bring it up, grab around the leg, nice big circle with the foot. Releasing any tension in the ankle and the foot. Change the direction of the circle. Flex your foot as much as possible. We grab behind the thigh, stretching the leg as much as possible. You keep the knee bent for the moment. Grab the leg and pull down so you get that curve in the low back. You can get your hand underneath there, underneath the low back. You might want to test that. Once you have that, pulling the leg down, see if you can stretch the leg straight completely. If you don't, it's not a big deal, but just see how straight you can get that leg. The foot stays flexed so we get the stretch into the calf. Breathing slowly, staying calm and relaxed. Let's rebend that knee. Bring the foot towards the inner thigh of the right leg and let the knee go towards your right. Stretching your left arm out to the side, spinal twist. Shoulders are down. Rolling back onto your back. Take the knee closer to the chest. And here we go. We're going to take the ankle with the right hand and we'll pull the foot towards the chest. Then the left knee goes out a little bit towards the left. So we're getting that piriformis muscle. Hold the leg there. And then we'll release it. Bring the knee nicely to the chest. Now see if you can lift the head, nose to the knee. Lowering the head down. Let's bring both knees up. Squeeze them into the chest. Lift the head, nose in between the knees. Lowering down. Set your feet flat. Knees are bent. Clasp your hands together and draw a spiral on the ceiling. So you'll start very small, little circle, and you'll make a bigger and bigger spiral. Feel the upper back getting massaged, shoulders getting movement. And bring the hands back up towards the sky. And we're going to change the direction of the spiral. Start small, get bigger and bigger. Get the movement in the shoulders and the shoulder blades, which move all up and down the rib cage, the back rib cage. And from here, cross your arms. Take your shoulder blades Tuck your chin in and lift the head and shoulders and rock from side to side to get the upper back pushing into the floor and massaged into the floor. We have some abdominal work here as well. And then coming back to center, lowering down. Reaching your arms by your sides. See if you can almost touch your heels with your hands. Turn the palms up and lower the backs of the hands onto the floor, opening the chest, push the shoulder blades towards each other, and relax the upper body. Right foot finds the right edge of the mat, and gently follow the edge, sliding the leg down until the leg is completely stretched on the floor. The heel is just at the edge of the mat and the toes turn out. Now the left leg, find that left edge of the mat, slide it down until the leg is stretched on the floor, and let the left foot roll out. Now turn your head from side to side. Release any tension you might be feeling in the neck. And when you've found a good position for the neck and the head, bring it back to center and close your eyes. Now release any muscle tension you might be feeling in the belly. So our Uddiyana Bandha, the muscle contraction, is completely gone. You want to just breathe in and out of the belly, that relaxing breath. This type of belly breath also stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for the rest and digest response. Keep that deep, slow breath in and out of the belly to create that relaxation response. And let's imagine that that breath moves into your feet, creating that relaxation of the feet and the ankles. Now the legs. Imagine your legs breathing. There's an expansion and a contraction of the legs. Now the hips and the low back. Get that relaxation response to happen in the lower body, from the belly all the way down to the feet. Now the hands, the arms, the shoulders, chest, and upper back. Get that relaxation response to affect the upper body. Let's go for the neck, the throat, the jaw. The face and the head. And as you continue to relax, imagine yourself becoming very, very light, barely touching the floor. And now feel all the parts of your body that do touch the floor and regain contact with the earth. Feel how gravity holds you. And begin deepening your breath. And when you're ready, begin to move your fingers and your toes. And raising your arms over your head, stretch from fingers to toes. A good stretch of your body. And then raise the knees up against the chest and squeeze your knees against your chest. Good. And let's rock from side to side, massaging the back. Stretch your right arm to your right ear. And let's roll to the right hand side. And when you're ready, lift yourself up from the side, come to a seated position. That's right. Good. Let's rub our hands together. Bring the hands over the face and gently tapping around the eyes. Stimulate the muscles of the face for your evening. And let's shake the hands out. Good. We'll do that one more time. Rub your hands together. Bring them over the face. Tapping around the eyes. And we'll shake out. And then bring your arms around your body. Grab a hold of your shoulders and shoulder blades and just squeeze. Give yourself a big hug. Give it a squeeze. Relax. Hands to your heart center. I wish you all a lovely evening. Thank you for joining. Take care and see you all soon.